What's up, YouTube? I'm here with another video. Today's video is gonna be a story time of the time I got catfished. So this happened to me when I was like 16 to 17 years old. So basically, I wanted to date someone or attention, I guess, and everybody from my school, I didn't have interest in anybody in my school because I thought it was weird how everybody knew each other and all that stuff and drama, and I wasn't about that. I'm like, I want an adult that knows what they want. So I thought. So I got onto this dating app and I was looking through it and I was like, oh, all these people were like not that cool and stuff. I'm like, wow, I really had high expectations until I hit this one. I'll name him. Let's say Zach. His name was Zach. He was 19 years old, and I was like, oh, okay, he's pretty cool. Like he looks cool. So I messaged him. We started messaging, and then we hit it off, and I was like, damn, this guy's so cool. And then he finally asked me out after a month of us talking, and I was like, he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, we can go to a movie or something. He's like, yeah. Oh, he's like, a movie just came out. It was called Project X, and I was like, oh wow. I'm like, yeah, I've heard of that. I heard that it's a really good movie. We should go watch it. And then he's like, yeah, we should. And I was like, all right, when do you want to go? And he's like, how about tomorrow? And I was like, damn, that was fast. I was like, sure, how about tomorrow? I'm like, oh, like, at what time? And he's like, how about like in the afternoon? I'm like, yeah, the afternoon is good. And he's like, all right, I'll meet you there. And he gave me the address and stuff of which theater was closer to him. So I was like, okay. So then the next day, but then throughout the night, I was thinking, I'm like, what if this is like, it's not him, or like, what if I get kidnapped or some crazy shit. So I was like, I'm gonna tell my cousin and my sister. So then the next morning, I told them like, hey, you guys, guess what? I have a date. And they're like, with who? With who? With who? With who? I'm like, oh, his name is Zach, and I've been talking to him and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, so that's why you've been acting weird. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, we're gonna go on a movie date today. And they're like, today? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, do you think you guys can go with me? And they're like, wouldn't that be weird? Like, you're just gonna see all three of us like come. And I'm like, no, no, like I meant like for you guys to be more like spies, like just in case something goes wrong. And they're like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, so can you guys? They're like, yeah, we're down. So I was like, all right, cool, cool. And I was like, all right. So we were getting ready, and we went to the location of the movies, blah. And I was like, all right, I was like super nervous. I was like, oh crap. When I met this person, I usually like talk to people face to face, and like if I don't like you, I don't like you. And so then I was like, oh, super nervous, and they're all like, okay, like let's look at the movies and see which ones are the times and stuff. And there was one like I think like a 6:30 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, this one is the one we're gonna go to. But before that, oh, mind you, we went an hour early because we were looking like through the movie theater, like okay, like this is where you come out, blah blah blah. How far should we park so he doesn't follow us, just in case it's not him. We're like, we're thinking of everything. So then he messages me and he's like, hey, um, my mom's gonna be late, and I was like, mom, you don't even drive? I'm like, I drive over here. I drove over here by myself with my cousin and my sister. You can't even drive? Who knows? He probably doesn't have a car. Maybe his mom was gonna let him, drive his car, her car. I don't know. So then I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, how late? And he's like, oh, like 15 to 20 minutes. And I was like, all right, okay. We're already here. So I was like, we'll just wait. We'll go to the next show. And it was like, I think the next show was like at 7:30. So I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, all right. So then we looked around, and they're like, oh, we're gonna go sit over here. So when he's coming, he doesn't see us all together, so it's so like weird. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So then, yeah, I'm like waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm like, God damn, I'm like, it's been past 20 minutes, bro. I was like, I'm about to dip, you know. I'm like, I'm out. And so then, right when we're about to leave, he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm already on my way. My mom's about to drop me off. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, I'm about to get there, don't go anywhere, and I was like, sure. I'm like, oh, I'm right here. I'll be sitting by the benches. And he's like, okay. So then I waited, and he finally arrived. And but the thing is that he did not look nothing like his pictures, nothing like it. He told me he was tall, like 6'1", and he had like long skater hair, and he dressed more like rock and stuff, like people like from bands and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's dope. I like all of that. But when I saw him, he was shorter than me, and I'm like 5'5", so he was shorter than me. And I'm like, and he was bald. And I'm like, how did you go from this to this within a day? And he's like, oh, I went to the barber and I cut all my hair off. I'm all like, that does not look like you went to the barber. It looks like you've been bald for a little bit, bro. But who am I to judge? And so then, like, I was like, all right, like, I don't want to be rude, so I hugged him and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, it's still the same person, it's just that he looks different, right? So then, we went to the ticket stand, and I see my cousin and my sister in the back, like walking, like they don't know me, and I'm like, ooh. But I was like, no, I was like, no, it's a little creepy, you know what I mean? And they like kind of like, oh, okay. So he got to the ticket booth, and he's all like, oh no. And I was like, what? And he's like, I don't have my wallet. And and then he told the ladies like, but we want to watch Project X. I'm 19. And the lady's like, sorry, no ID, no tickets. And I was like, but she's like, you guys can watch another movie. She's like, we have Lorax if you guys are interested. And I'm all like, oh no, hell no. I don't want to watch no damn Lorax. And he's like, I love Dr. Seuss. I do like Dr. Seuss. But I'm like, on our first day, I don't want to watch Lorax. Come on, I want to see something cool. And I was already pumped that we were going to watch Project X. So then I'm all like, okay. And he's like, do you mind? Can you pay for my ticket too? So I look at him, I'm like, sure, why not? We're already here, might as well watch Lorax, I guess. To get our tickets, and I see my sister and my cousin, they're coming up and they're next to get their tickets. And I texted them real quick, I'm like, we're watching Lorax. They're like, Lorax? I think I was gonna watch Project X, because you can probably sneak into it, because a lot of people, if you didn't have anybody to buy you, like, tickets, you would usually buy tickets from another movie and go into that um, other movie show thing that's playing the same time. You just go into that one and they don't even realize, you know? And so then I was like a little creeped out, but I still try to keep a conversation with him because I was like, I don't want to be a freaking, like, mean to him. Even though he was late. Doesn't look like his profile, and he was giving me all these red flags that I should have seen a long time ago, but I was too desperate to look through that. So then we sit down in the very back, and my cousin and my sister sit in the front. And he sees that I'm texting, and he's like, "Oh, who are you messaging?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my sister. She's telling me that there might be an emergency, and I didn't know about it and stuff." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, if you have to leave, just let me know." And I was like, "Okay." So then we were like sitting there, and we went to the movie, and I was starting to get bored because I was like, damn, I really expected this to be different. And I wasn't really talking to him, we were just sitting there awkwardly. But then he decided, hey, we should kiss. And I was like, no, 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 no. And he turned around to look right at me to like kiss me and stuff. And he went, and when he exhaled, his breath smells so bad that literally I think I might have puked in my mouth. I'm like, I'm like, please don't try to kiss me. No, I know you want to. No, 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 no. And he's like, oh, like, we don't have to be watching the movie, you know, we can kiss or something. And I was like, and I was like, help, 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 help. And I'm like, cold red, cold red, cold red. Get me out of here. So my cousin starts calling me, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, hold on. I'm like, somebody's calling me. I'm like, oh my God, there's an emergency. Oh no, you know, like, oh, I have to go, you know. And he's all like, oh, you do? And I was like, yeah, I have to go right now, like right now. And he's like, okay. So I start walking hella fast downstairs, and I see my cousin and my sister walk too, like, like before me, like, cause I was on the top, so that I was like walking, and they just, and I was like, and I made it out, like, and I like kind of left him in the back, and he started walking too, because I don't think he was gonna be sitting there by himself and watching a kids movie. How weird. So then I was like, no me puse las pilas, because how did I not see all these red flags? Like, goddamn. So then I'm all like, yo, we need to leave now. Like, I'm like, no. I'm like, this guy was trying to kiss me. His breath's smelly. He doesn't look like his pictures. And, you know, like, he doesn't even drive. Come on, bro. That means I'm gonna have to be driving us all the time. Not that that's a problem, but I'm like, you gotta have that gas money. And it looked like you didn't even pay for our movie tickets. I had to pay for it. What the heck? So then, I was like, okay. And then he was coming, and they like went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, like, blah 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 blah, trying to make an excuse. And he's like, oh no, it's okay. And he's like, can you give me a ride? And I was like, what? And he's all like, can you give me a ride? And I was like, well, I'm about to head to the hospital. It's an emergency, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, I understand, but I don't live that far. I'm like, you should probably walk, you know, if you don't live that far. And how were you like almost 30 minutes late, bro, you know, if you're not that far? And then so I was like, oh, is there anybody who can pick you up? And he's like, oh, just call my mom again. And I was like, okay, yeah, call your mom. Call your mom. So then my sister and my cousin come out of the bathroom, and I like pretend like I don't know them still, remember? So we all walk to the truck, and we're getting in, and I'm like, bzzz, I freaking book it. Bzzz, I left him. And then he messages me saying, oh my god, like, um, I'm sorry that I couldn't buy us a Project X ticket. He's like, but you shouldn't have left. You know, like, I know it's an emergency, but, you know, like, this was our first date kind of thing. And I was like, if, even if it was a real, if it wasn't, or it wasn't a real, it was a real emergency, I would have left either way, you know, because your breath stink. You are shorter than me. I don't like people that are shorter than me. Like, you know, you lied to me. I'm like, and I'm all like, you couldn't even pay for anything. Like, come on, bro. Like, I pulled my weight, you know, like, what I mean? Like, I brought money. I smelled good. You know, I brushed my teeth just in case, because I was like, who knows? I see the movies. People kiss in the movie theaters. Sometimes, if you're not enjoying the movie, that's what people usually do. But I was shocked, to be honest. And I don't know. I just after that, I I'm not gonna say that I never been on a dating app ever again, but I'm like more careful, and like I've learned from that experience and stuff. And then right after that, oh yeah, he never talked to me ever again. By the way, he like blocked me, and I was like, okay, I should have done that to you, you know. But yep, that was my story. You know, the time I got catfished. So be careful out there when you're on a app and you don't actually know those people. Read between the flags, bros. You know what I mean? Ask questions, make them try to video chat with you. I should have done that, but then I'm like, come on, catfish. Should give me some tips. Goddamn. But I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.